All right, everyone, we are live again. Remember, this is our really exciting week. So let me go ahead and put this up here for us. This is our Meet the Luxe Advisors week for the Lux Your Business experience that we are holding on September 25th through 27th in Scottsdale, Arizona. So, yes, your girl has shown up a little differently today. I just completely surprised our guest today. She was like, "Who's that? Who is this?" Right? This is the Lux Queen. She's coming, okay?
I love it.
So I am really excited that I get to introduce you to another one of my amazing friends. When I decided to shift the way that we were doing the lecture business experience in 2025, I said, I only want to invite the women to this panel and these co-facilitators. I only want the women that I know, I trust, and I know they can shift a room. So today I'd love to introduce you to my good business friend, Dr. Nadia Brown.
Hey,
Hey!
girl. Hey.
All right. So let me thing I do with everyone. I prefer that you tell everyone about yourself. So tell us who you are and what lights you up about the work that you do in
Oh
your
my
business.
gosh. So I'm Dr. Nadia Brown. I am the founder of the Doyen Agency, and we are a sales consulting firm, and we help business owners build sales teams. So what's really lighting me up is just really how I get to see founders, especially women founders, when they are able to truly hands off and they know that the revenue's coming in, the business isn't going to fall apart, right? And they can really step more into that CEO role or some other things in the business to help it move forward or scale. So, yep, that's what's lighting me up these days.
There's something about knowing that the revenue's coming in. I believe we would all be excited about that, right?
Girl,
If you wake up every morning and you're like, we're good. We don't
you're
have to think
good.
about anything else. That's all that matters. And that's the thing we're focusing on with the Luxury Business Experience. So I'm really curious, what is a Lux touch that you live by? Like for me, we have Lux touch points in the luxury business community, but what do you consider a Lux touch that you live by either in your business or in your life?
Ooh,
I know I didn't warn you.
you did not warn me. I'm like, oh,
It's organic.
oh, a Lux touch. I think a Lux touch that I live by is having the right support, whether that's in business or even at home. And so, just, what does that support team need to look like to really allow you to be fully in who you are, both
Yeah.
at home and in your business?
That makes sense. And especially with the work that you're doing, having the right support, because we know with six figure women, especially in the earlier stages of six figures, sometimes we are the support.
Hmm.
Um, and more than often, we are the support way too long before we
Hmm.
decide to get support. So I really like that. What's something fun that people may or may not know about you?
Something fun people may not know about me.
Yes.
We have a dance parties at my house.
Ooh.
So,
Who
yeah.
who who usually is it a battle
We
or is
haven't
it is
done
it
battles
straightforward?
yet, but the three of us, sometimes it's just like, you know what? Turn up the music, let's
Yep.
dance. We even
Okay.
had a brief dance party with the judge at our adoption hearing. Like, it's just a thing, it's who we are. So,
I love that. I love that. That's part of who you are. It's movement, it's energy. It keeps things fun and young. So I really like that. So
yes.
how did you step into your expertise? Like what happened? How did you become this phenomenal woman around sales and support?
I was a mess. I hated sales. So when I first started, I'm not
Okay,
gonna lie.
honesty.
Yeah, I was a hot mess. I did not wake up like this.
Okay.
When I first started my business, I was focused on helping women similar to us in our previous careers, right? Women in
Yes.
STEM, women who worked in predominantly male fields. My doctorate is in leadership, so helping them really step up and own their leadership styles and all the things, right?
Yep.
However, we had this tiny, tiny problem, and that was I hated sales. I hated I just hated sales. I didn't like it. I didn't like how
You
I was
wait, stop. You hated sales?
hated, hated in all caps, bold, any font you want to choose. That was hated. Yes.
That's hilarious.
I hated it.
Okay.
I just, the way my mindset around sales and things that I experienced and some of the teachings that I'd received around how I should do sales, it just
Mm,
didn't align.
okay.
And
Yeah.
I was just like, ew, I don't want to do that. And so you can be rebellious to a point. So it was like, okay, you're not doing this. Yay for you not doing this. It's the line, but
Mm,
ma'am, it's not building your business, right?
right.
And so I had to figure it out. I had to
Okay.
have, and in my Nadia's journey, hit rock bottom. Like all the money was going out. It was barely trickling. Like it was when I
Mm-hmm.
say a hot mess, I mean hot mess express. So I had to have that come to Jesus conversation with myself. Like, girl, you got to figure this out.
Yeah.
So I went on my journey. I figured it out. I'll save you all the details. You should be in the room at Luxe Business, and I'll tell you the rest.
We're gonna, because
But
I'm gonna say, Nadia, tell us the real story. What
yes,
really, how did we get there?
how did we get here, right? And so figured it out. And even in that, I will say this because I know one of our Luxe advisors is talking about confidence. I'd
Okay.
learned this new skill, and I was afraid to share it. And so I have
Mm,
good business friends, good ones, who were
okay.
like, ma'am, no, you will not sit
Hmm.
on this gift. It took me a whole year before I was
Wow.
like reluctantly, like having a whole temper tantrum to like, okay, fine. And so in 2017, we shifted my business. We shifted the name a little and the focus. So we
Okay.
became the Doyen Agency. Um,
Yes.
and we started providing sales support, sales training. And through that experience, now we build sales teams, hiring, training, all the things. And so it's just been a great journey. But one of the lessons I've learned over the years in doing this work was that when women have that support, I have seen it. I have seen women when they have that support and they are like, I'm good because I
Hmm.
know that I have a person or a team of people who are handling that part around the revenue because we all know no sales, no business. We just have an expensive
Listen,
hobby.
did you hear it? No sales, no business.
Yes.
Let's keep it real for everyone in here. It doesn't happen. You can't pretend. You know, your
Yeah.
book will always tell the story.
Hmm. Yes. And so just being able to see business owners light up or really just step into fully who they are. And then when they don't have that pressure of worrying about, I got to go over here and do this, and then I got to go over here and do this part is handled. I can just focus on this. The results have just been phenomenal.
I love it. I love it. We have a friend that's in the. We have someone saying your favorite people. Hey, Sanaya. So it's really cool that you say that, and leaning into this a little bit more. When you're looking at six-figure women business owners, what's the biggest myth that they have around being supported in sales? Because we know they're myths. You know, we know we all have stories. We're carrying the stories. What's the myth?
That no one can do it better than me,
Mm,
or or I'm not ready. Those are probably the two top ones. I'm not ready. I need to be bigger. And you don't. And the sooner you start, because what typically will happen with that is then one day you realize that, okay, maybe I do hire someone and maybe they don't do it better than me. Let's just say, to appease your ego, they cannot do it better than you. Okay, great. But
yeah.
they can do about 90% as well as you. Good enough, right?
Okay, good enough is sometimes enough, right?
Right.
Good
But then
enough
we
is
wait.
enough.
Yes, please. But then you wait because you believe that for so long, and now you are struggling, or you're really working to keep your head above water, basically. And now you're hiring out of desperation.
Oh,
And you don't have pieces in place to support that person whenever you do bring them on, or that team. And
I'm guilty.
so,
I'm guilty. Guilty
oh,
of the desperate hire. I need a
me too.
person right now, needed them yesterday, and oh, you look good. Come on in.
Mhm. And
It'll
then
work.
have the nerve, the gall to sit at some of these meetings or with your girlfriends or your business besties and be like, I don't know what this out because you made all the hiring errors, every
Right.
last
It's
one
like,
of them.
I can't believe that didn't work out.
Yes, the nerve to be
Wonder why.
surprised. Yes.
Cool. Okay, so we'll talk about that myth more when we are at the luxury business experience, but just give people a taste of what happens when someone works with you and they transform the way that they think about being supported. What's one of the first things that happens for them?
One is this massive sense of relief
Mm,
because I mean, we've been business owners for a long time, and so you know the pressure,
yeah.
whether we admit it or not, the pressure to make the things work and to make sure the money's coming in. And then there's this hesitance around hiring because you also know that's additional pressure because
Mhm.
now I'm bringing this person on. I need to make sure my cash flow reflects that, right? Because now I'm impacting not only me and my family, but also someone else's family potentially. So that is
Yeah.
one of the things that people really feel this immense sigh of relief because now when the extra money or the consistent cash, because a lot of us have the cash coming in, it's just that it's
Mhm.
not consistent, and that creates for a lot of drama. So when you start to see consistent cash coming in, then you can breathe that sigh of relief in
Yeah.
terms of, and you start to feel a lot more confident in like, okay, this is working. I can start making some of these bigger vision decisions because
Right.
I now can see, that the money is here to support those decisions.
I love the talk around relief,
Mm-hmm.
because what we do know is, everyone has this magic goal of getting to six figures in their business initially. And the thought is, as soon as I get there, everything will be easy. It's going to be so simple.
No,
And the reality is, you get there and you have this oh shoot moment of, it's not easy. Someone
no,
sold you this story that it would be easy, but you realize what got you to six figures is no longer working effectively to get you beyond that point. So, this is where we speak about this 250K crisis in the luxury business community. And part of this crisis is the lack of support that Dr. Nadia is speaking about here. So, when you have that relief, you can sell differently. You can grow, you can actually scale this thing that you've been nurturing without being stressed out every day, because
mhm,
there's nothing that works for you when you carry stress into your business. It impacts you, it impacts your clients, it impacts just the way that you are. So I love that you're talking about relief, because we all want to release that stress. We
yeah,
all want to say, let it go. However we can, we need to get rid of it.
yes,
Awesome.
absolutely.
So, do we need a big team? Do we
No,
need a big sales team in order for our business to grow and thrive and scale?
nope. The short answer is no. I will share. I had a client who actually worked with us before she hit six figures.
Oh, listen, folks.
She
Okay, go
was
ahead.
right around that 75-ish mark.
Yes.
And I was like, you willing? I'm willing. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. And so working with her, so she went from 75-ish when
Okay.
we first started working together to 2 years later, she was at 450,000 in revenue, not sales. That was 450,000 plus dollars that went through her bank account, revenue, money received. So, yes.
I love that, because I'm glad you said that. And I love to say this in my community. I think about the way men do business versus the way that we do business as women. Men will say, I'm starting a business. Bob, John, Peter, you're going to be this, you're going to be that, and you're going to be this. And they start the business with a team.
Mhm.
They start with a team. We women say, I'm going to start the business. I'm the martyr, and I'm going to do all things.
All the
And
things.
then I'm going to think about bringing on someone to support me, but I'm not sure that I really want to do it, or I'm going to wait until I'm ready. We are in that wait until I'm ready season,
Yes.
and that season oftentimes doesn't come.
Mm-mm.
And that's when we see the decline of the business or the settling in the business. I consider that settling to be I'm okay with just this,
Yep.
or this is just enough. Maybe the goal was multiple six figures, seven figures, but when you exhaust yourself doing it on your own, you then say, you know what? 150 sounds good to me. 200 sounds good to me. And
Yep.
and the dream just goes away because we're not thinking big enough. And I love that you say you don't need a big team, but even if it's starting small, we'll talk about this in Scottsdale, but starting small, what could that look like? You may be surprised if that person at 75 was able to do it, there's a very good chance that you can do it too. And you're not giving away
Absolutely.
your power. You're
Mm-mm.
absolutely not giving away your power. So I'm really glad that we're chopping down that tree because I've heard it one too many times, and I've even been a victim of it for myself, saying not yet, but I completely understand where we can go with this.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have here?
Of course,
Isn't that
Naya did the math.
yeah? Of course, of course. Come on now. I love my math people. We love
Thank
our
you,
math.
Sanaya.
Sounds good to me too, Sanai. Okay. Sounds good to me too. All right. So, what made you say yes to being a Luxe advisor this year?
Because it's you. No,
Oh,
partly that, but you and I had a conversation about really women at that 250-ish mark, and like you said, just a lot of the myths and just seeing women out here who are amazing, and we want
hmm
them to be able to have a bigger impact and get out to more people, but again, they don't have the right support. And so when you and I had that conversation, I was like, I'm in. Let's do it. Let's talk, so that people understand, even if you are truly in a place where you're not ready, and
yes,
that is true for you. For most of us, that's not true, but there are things that you can start doing now so that when you are ready, you're not scrambling. And then you feel like I got to hire all these other people to get all these things in place in order to make this other hire. And it's just, and then we have that, just forget it. It's too
yes,
hard, right? Just forget it. And so so people now will walk away with, if I am ready, what do I need to do to really feel confident in my readiness? And then if I'm not yet ready, what do I need to do so that when I am ready, I can confidently and fully step into that? And then you don't experience a lot of the things that many of us have stories around when hiring someone, or you have the wrong expectations, or you haven't properly equipped them, and then you're wondering why they're not getting the results. And so those are some of the things that we'll get to talk about in Scottsdale.
I like that because you're going to, through our conversations, you'll be providing those insights in our um, co-session. But I like that we are clear. You're going to leave this event with these different conversations, and in Dr. Nadia's conversation with me, you will leave knowing, is this for me now, or is this a later thing? But you're no longer going to be in that place of, can I, is it possible, how? We're going to be sharing it. We're spilling everything in
All
this
the tea.
room because this is the room that you need. If you are a six-figure woman entrepreneur, you need this space to have these real conversations that you're not going to be judged in. You need the space to say, I am doing it all alone and I can't figure out how to not do it all alone anymore. Or you're in the space to say, I tried to not do it alone and I botched it, because we're all guilty of that too. So
Yes.
I am super excited that you will be there to be able to hold space for the women at whatever stage they're at in this six-figure journey and help them to see what's possible, how you can have a vision that's bigger than you. Because, some of those mistakes is something happens to you, or you want to go out and do your vacation or go and be the most fabulous Lux Queen ever. Do you always want to be stuck in the doing?
Speaking of vacation, can I just throw this little nugget in there, Shayla?
Yes.
I had a client who would get on stage and brag because she was in Jamaica and all these other places. I don't even remember all the places she had been, but her business was still making money. So
Yes.
she would be on the beach somewhere doing whatever, or even at a business mastermind. It wasn't always vacation. But we all take time away from our business. take time away from your business and the money's still coming in.
That part. That part. Yeah,
Imagine that. Add that to your vision.
let's do it. Let's do it because yeah, I'm the queen of taking breaks. I'm like, I work X many months out of the year, but when I add up my breaks, I'm off almost 4 months out of the year. It's broken up, but is the machine running? So with what you're talking about, the support we have, and even Sanaya, what she's going to be speaking about with our systems, we want to make sure that you have a way for the engine to keep going when you need to pause, when you need to say, ah, and not be stressed that, oh, this is going to be a bad month. Because how many of us have said that? I'm going to this place and I know it's going to be a short month
Mm-hmm.
because you step back. That's
Mm-hmm.
scary. And that's not sustainable at all. So I want to give everyone a little bit more information about this event, and then we're going to come back to for some more conversations. But as you all have been hearing us talk about, and thank you all that are in the comments. If you're liking, loving what you're seeing here, if you come here for the replay, let us know you came for the replay on whatever platforms you're on. Some of them I can't see the comments on, but that's okay. So, for those of you that are listening, if you are a six-figure woman entrepreneur in a service-based business, meaning you are using your skill set, your knowledge to be able to serve your clients, we have the perfect room for you. This is the fourth year of the Luxury Business Experience. We are hosting it in Scottsdale, Arizona, September 25th through the 27th. And we have this sacred space, this container that we've created to help you to grow and scale your business. Unlike most conferences, we will not have speakers just giving you presentations throughout the whole 3 days. Instead, I'm going to be co facilitating with each of our Luxe advisors to ensure that you get what you need in this room and you walk away with the insights and something that you can apply to your business immediately when leaving. I don't know how many of you have been to a conference where your notebooks are full and then you go home and put it to the side and you never touched it again. That's not what we're doing in this room. We want you to leave. We want you to have order and we want you to take action after you leave. So we are doing this event differently just for you. So if it's something you're interested in, you see the banner that I forgot to put on here yesterday if you all watched the video yesterday, but you see the banner here, you can go to luxurebusiness.com. And if you're one of Dr. Nadia's connects, Dr. Nadia has something special for you. She does have a special type of ticket for all of her connects. So you can reach out to her, get in her DMs, reach her on email. If you got her phone number, call her and
Yes,
ask her
please.
what's going on in Scottsdale and how do I get in the room. We do have a little bit of space available. So you want to go ahead and immerse yourself in this space and in this community immediately. We'd love to have you. I'd love to meet you if you want to be a part of this. So, Dr. Nadia,
Yes.
I'm really curious if someone was on the fence about attending this event, what would you say to her?
Get off.
Get,
Get off the fence. Get your ticket and get in the room. This year I'm an advisor, but I've been in the seats in the room taking
yeah,
my notes. So I know just the value that you'll walk away with from the 3 days. Yeah, it's gonna be so good. And so many, one of the things that I really love about your event, Shayla, is just how you curate the room.
mm,
I know a lot of people say that, but don't really do it. And
that
you take
part.
the time, and even when you're like, oh my gosh, why am I doing it this way? Right. And you take the time and you really talk to the people and make sure that they're in the right room. And so with as an attendee, when you walk in the room, you know for a fact that your people are there. And then because it's a smaller room, a more intimate room, you just get to really know people on a deeper level. And for us introverts, yes, please, because we can skip all the small talk
You have
and get
space.
to the meat.
You need space. You have plenty of space. But I'm thank you for bringing that up, Dr. Nadia, because yes, it is a curated space. And as we said, you can register for this event, but we will be reaching out to you saying, hey, tell me more because we want to make sure it's a good fit for both you and for us. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. Where can people follow you? Where do you like to be followed online, Dr. Nadia?
Oh, right now I'm doing a lot of my things on LinkedIn. So
Okay.
I'm on LinkedIn, all the LinkedIn.com stuff /Dr. Nadia, Dr. Nadia.
Okay.
You can also find me on Instagram at I am Dr. Nadia.
We will put your connections underneath the comments for this video so we can make sure that people get to follow you too. Last question for you. What does, in our community, we call each other Lux Queens or Lux CEOs. So, what does being a Lux CEO mean to you?
Ooh, being a Lux CEO to me means I get to show up fully as Nadia in all my different roles. So, and I don't feel like I'm deficient in any of those roles as wife, mom, CEO. Nothing's falling apart. The house isn't on fire, right? Like it's all cohesive. And so that's what it means to me to be a Lux CEO.
I love that. I mean, it's so whole. I love that because we don't think about that enough. We usually put our energy in one pot and the other pots are empty or dry, right?
Scorch.
Scorched, scorched, absolutely. But being able to really fully immerse ourselves across these different pots, the way that we choose to do it. There's
Mm-hmm.
something to that. I love that. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Nadia. I can't wait to see you in Scottsdale, Arizona next month. Although, girl, we'll be talking this week, but I can't wait to see you in Scottsdale. We're going to end this with just a recap of our last luxury business experience. So hang around for me, and for everyone watching, I appreciate you all. Make sure you comment. Let us know what you gained from this conversation. And again, if you need to get to Scottsdale, reach out to Dr. Nadia or to myself. Let's see how we can get you in the room. I'm finding it. I got it. I was like, it's here. All right, here we go.
Hi, it's Shayla Boyd-Gill, the Luxury Business Mentor, and I am so excited. We just finished the Luxury Business Experience out here in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. It's been such a pleasure to watch every woman transform in this room, learning not only how to scale their business, but how to up-level what they're doing as CEOs and make an impact at the same time.
Shayla is a beast when it comes to business. Her insights, her wisdom, her mentorship is what brought me out here.
Shayla was masterful in really being that example of how we can build in that support so that we can build sustainable businesses and leave a legacy.
Shayla Boyd-Gill is the real deal. Whenever she has a trip out of town, if I can make it, I'm going to be here. It is amazing every time.
The thing that I really love about Shayla's event is she takes you from beginning to end in your business. She helps fill in those building blocks that you need to really design and create a luxury life that you want.
I think the thing that really stood out for me is that your business's job is to support you, and it doesn't have to be so hard. And when you have a Luxe business, everything you need is provided because you decide to step into your leadership and be the leader that you're meant to be.
And one of the things that I thoroughly enjoyed about the Luxure business experience is the emphasis on being congruent, on being consistent, on being committed to your business, and how we as leaders really need to work on getting out of our own way.
But a process for reflecting on what works versus what doesn't, and then what's going to happen as a result really stuck with me because it really made me realize that's a missing piece in what I'm doing.
I know that I'm going to walk away with several things that are going to help me Luxe my business. They are also going to help me Luxe my life, help me Luxe my mindset.
One thing I would take away from this weekend is that I need this community of other women who are strong leaders and strong business owners. We really do support each other, and it just helps really motivate me to keep going.
I tend to be alone in this entrepreneurial world a lot, so actually getting a chance to meet up with like-minded women, it helps me have a chance to reflect and think about my business.
The connections in this room, from the attendees to the speakers, has changed how I see business, shed light on some things that I didn't even know were missing in my own business.
It was nice to be able to connect with everybody at dinner or after dinner and just laugh and joke and just talk about life.
Make sure you come to the next one. It is so worth your time and your energy to be here in the room with Shayla.
Don't miss next year's Luxure Business Experience.
Get out here, the conversations, the friendships, the new sisterhood, all of that. It is worth every moment. Drop everything and come. It's well worth it.
If you miss this opportunity this year, make sure that you pay attention to the notifications so that you can learn more about the next experience.